Good morning, everybody. I'm Michelle Sandler with Shell Creative, and welcome to Searchie Success. This morning, I have Karen Skinner with us, and she's with Gimbal Canada, Gimbal. And she and her husband, David, are in business together. They help lawyers make their businesses more productive. They help them with the business side of their business. But before we get started, as we always do, Karen, just tell us a little bit about who you serve, a little bit more about who you serve, what you do, and about your business.
Sure. So my husband and I are both lawyers. Have been lawyers for, oh God, like 30 years. So we have a lot of experience with practicing law in large firms and small firms. I was even running a solo practice for a while. And as we did that, and as we were clients of legal services and providers of legal services, we realized that lawyers are not efficient in the way that they practice. And we started looking for better and more cost-effective ways to deliver legal services. And we took the business improvement methodologies of Lean and Lean Six Sigma and some other basic project management and process improvement, and we kind of wrapped it all together into an offering that's really designed to help lawyers build more profitable and productive practices without spending every waking moment working. So for us, it's because we believe that every lawyer deserves to have a practice that delivers financial success without having to spend all their time working. So as David likes to say, it's financial success and the time to enjoy it. A lot of lawyers don't have that time.
Right.
So that's what we do now. And we've been doing that for about almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And who we serve lawyers across the spectrum. We started off serving very large firms. Now where we really focus is on the small firms and solos. They kind of feel that pain a lot more acutely.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the bandwidth. They don't have the resources. They don't have any extra time. So a lot of our ideal community are lawyers who are really, oh, pardon me, I've still got my notifications on. We'll just shut all that off for you.
No worries.
So they're overwhelmed. They don't have enough time. They're really looking for ways to do what they do and make a really good income without having to spend every waking moment at work and without having to sacrifice all the things that they really went into solo practice or small firm practice for, which is the lifestyle, right? They want to have a life. They want to be able to, when we have basketball games again, leave and go to the kids' basketball game or get home in time for dinner or tuck the kids into bed. And so, they need more time. And so we help them find more time. And we do that. We do that through courses. We do a lot of courses. We have a Practice Accelerator membership.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we do a monthly masterclass. We do 2 different kinds of coaching. So hot seat coaching with us, where we really dive into problems with people's practices. And then we have a panel of experts. And one of the things that I think is unique about what we do is because we have this huge network, we've got a pricing and project management expert. We have a business development expert. We have a finance and accounting expert specialized in law firms, and we have a legal technology expert. Wow. So once a month, they get a coaching session with one of those 4, and they can ask anything. So like next week, we have one with our legal accounting expert, and he's going to come in, he's going to tell them all about how to adapt to the new tax changes in Canada and the US, and how to access all of the new benefits that are out there for their businesses. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell us, give us a tour of your Searchie hub and how you're using Searchie to make all this happen for your members.
Okay, so we're doing Searchie. We're using Searchie in a couple of different ways.
Okay.
I'm just going to show you. We also have, since the start of COVID, we started doing what I call virtual coffee house. So once every week, or now once every 2 weeks, because once a week is way too much work.
Yeah.
But every 2 weeks, we have different people come on and talk about all kinds of different things that you need to know to run a law practice, but that you never learn in law school. So that's the hub I'm going to show you first. That's the one where I'm using Searchie hubs. And then I'll show you how I'm using Searchie inside Kajabi for our members. So Virtual Coffee House is open to the public. I have some people who've subscribed to it. Other people just buy them one-on-one or one at a time.
Well, you know what? Spend more time on the Kajabi, because just so that you know, because we haven't had anybody show us that yet. So
oh, okay. So I'll do that for sure.
Show us the first one briefly, but then spend a little more time on the Kajabi one, because we haven't had anybody show us that yet. I love this color. That's great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. So what, like I was saying, this hub, what I thought might be interesting for people to know is that this site also lives in Kajabi, and I haven't opened the hub part up yet to people. I'm just putting it together and, you know, going to all of Will's little courses and stuff, and looking at stuff that you're doing and Mitch is doing. But this is literally the easy hub. This is, I just took the playlists that I have already set up in Searchie and said, let's have a hub, and it's like instant hub, basically.
Right. Isn't it so easy? I mean, once you know what you're doing, literally you can build it in a matter of minutes. I mean,
oh yeah, and so it looks nice. People can search at the top. They can see the most recent. Now it's actually, this isn't the most recent, so I need to fix the automation there. But apart from that, it's like, it's just a really nice hub of all the different talks that we've had over the last, well, almost year. Since March, just broken down into different topics so that people can scroll through. And my plan with this is to kind of flip what I've been doing with Virtual Coffee House and make it more of a lead generator, the way I think Dave Gambrel's using it. So basically people can just sign up and then they can access this sort of Netflix of continuing legal education webinar.
Yeah, and everybody keeps saying, how can I use it as a landing page? How can I, and I'm using mine as a landing page, basically. I mean,
yeah, well, I'm just going to put a landing page on top, and then when they opt in, they can opt into this, and then they get all of them, and they can do whatever they want with them. They can,
awesome. Love it.
So I'm going to just stop my share for a second and open up the Kajabi hub, or the Kajabi site, and just show you how we're using it to.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple clients that are integrating it with Kajabi. I just haven't had the opportunity to go with them yet to interview them.
Yeah, no problem.
So it would be great to have you show it.
Okay, so this is, let me just share the screen quickly. So this is the Practice Accelerator membership, where people get a monthly masterclass, and then they get all of their extras. They get the 2 hours of coaching, and they get the additional practice boosters that they get once a month. So the search here, the widget. So they can search all the membership videos right there.
So just do you mind just going there and showing, because I know how it works, but others may not know. Can you just type in a keyword there and show our audience how that would work?
Sure. So delegation is a topic that people need to know a lot about because they need to free up time. So if you look through, it'll show you all of the different master classes. That's masterclass 2, lesson 4, and it shows you all of the different.
Right. And so what happens is when you click on that word delegation, it takes you to that exact spot in that exact video where that word is mentioned.
How you can delegate legal work as long as the attorneys are approved.
So, and if Karen scrolls down, you can see there are all these different videos where they've mentioned it. It just keeps going on and on and on.
Every time that it's mentioned, and you can see we talk about it a lot. But also what's really great is that I wrote delegation, but it's also pulling up delegate.
Right.
So unlike a lot of search engines, unlike a lot of search engines, you don't have to do the Boolean, you don't have to put the little like T asterisk. It finds what you're looking for really, really easily. So you know, people that are interested in delegation, there's a ton of resources in the membership, and they can just look it up.
Great. Thank you for showing us that.
No problem. This is the only one on the site that I don't think is running as a Searchie video.
Hello.
Yeah, it's not, you can tell. So that was just an upload in Kajabi, and I need to change that. But everything else runs as this has Searchie embedded into the Kajabi site. So what I do is, instead of using the built-in Kajabi player, I use the HTML and I embed the Searchie player onto the site. So if you go to January, you can see they have their monthly master class for January, all 4 videos. And because we break things down into small bits, what I've found is helpful for the members is if they go to the first one in every month, this is like the embedded playlist, and all the videos are here. So if you start to play, just let it go for a second. I'll go ahead by 5 minutes. right? So this runs just like every other Searchie video, but it's just embedded right in Kajabi. And then they've got their playlist here and they can see all their lessons.
Right.
And they can do the search just like before. So this one happens to be about implementation. So let's say they wanted to look up wherever we talked about plan.
Yep.
They would see all the places that we talked about implementation plan throughout the videos, all of the videos in the playlist, and they can go right there. So
Yeah.
it's really, really easy to use. And then it has all the Searchie features, which is nice because the Kajabi doesn't have quite as many things in the player that you can do. And I really like being able to change the speed more easily. And I like it all together in the playlist. So for me, it just works nicely.
Well,
And
never mind that also now the captions are now in the video too, which is not a feature.
Exactly. And the captions are really important for our audience. They want the captions. They also want to be able to download a transcript. And what we were doing when we first started using Kajabi for courses is we were then taking all of what we'd said in our slides and we were like pulling that out and having our VA create a nice transcript, which looks great, but it was a huge amount of work. And now those transcripts are just right there with the Searchie, right here with the Searchie button.
Yeah.
And that download the TXT file, or you can download the audio file and listen as you go. So that's really good for our audience. And then it works, you just have it set up inside Kajabi that it'll take you to the next class.
Right.
And again, we just embed the video. So nobody technically has to even go to this level. They could see all of the videos in this masterclass from the first lesson or the first post in Kajabi. But we found that a lot of our members like to just jump to one particular lesson. So we kind of duplicate the work, but it just means, for every lesson, there's an individual post, but every month starts with, okay, you can see all the lessons if you just want to click here. Yep. So it just breaks it down. And that's how we've used it inside Kajabi, and it works really, really easily.
Yeah.
When you come
have your members, how have your members responded to having it inside? Are they using it? Are you seeing that they're using it and how are they responding to it?
They're using it. This is the only way they can see the videos, because these courses are always pre-recorded. We don't do them live. Mm-hmm. So they do definitely work their way through the through the classes, and they're busy, so sometimes they just show up for coaching in a month and they don't actually watch any videos, but that wouldn't matter how they were presented. Yeah. They just like being able to search and find what they're looking for. And the other thing that is amazing about using Searchie in here, and I didn't show you, but for example, every month we do coaching and people ask questions. So people, let's say, would write in with a question.
Yes.
And then they might not be able to attend live. So this happens to be the legal technology coaching that we did this month.
Hello, we're just going to wait for some people to drop in. I'm going to just open up the attendee window.
So they're able to go and see their
Sean, you're in.
Yeah. So for example, let's say your name was Sean and you wanted to know when the coach answered your question, you could just write in your name when you come back to watch the video later, write in your name, and you could go right to wherever Sean answered your question.
Love it.
And that's huge. That saves people a ton of time.
Yes. And the value is really there. And it's adding more value to your membership by them doing that.
You're
getting so much more out of it.
Sorry, Michelle, I didn't mean to interrupt you. The other thing that people need to keep in mind with Searchie, and I feel like I'm a bit of a salesperson for Searchie, but I'm not. But
when you start to see all the things that it's capable of doing, you do kind of become a salesperson for it, because it's really an awesome tool.
Well, the thing is that if you're already using Kajabi or some other teaching program where you have to upload the videos, that takes a huge amount of time. So the actual upload into Kajabi is like a 3 or 4 step process, and it takes 2 different processing times, and then you have to hit save, and if you don't hit save, it doesn't do it, or if you hit save before it's 100% finished, it doesn't record it. And it can take maybe 5 minutes for the video, like a long video, to actually upload. The problem with that is that you're just sitting there, you can't do anything while it's uploading. But you can embed a Searchie player by cutting out by copying the HTML out of Searchie and just sticking it in Kajabi, and that's it. And then the player is there. So we have saved a huge amount of time by not having to upload the videos themselves, the MP4s, into Kajabi.
Yeah, yeah. And then they get so many more benefits by having that happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So what advice do you have for somebody who's just getting started in Searchie?
Well, I think the thing to do with Searchie is just stick a few things in there, get started, upload your videos. I had it uploading automatically from Zoom, but I'm on Zoom so often that it was like filling my Searchie site with like a ton of irrelevant Zoom things that I didn't need to record. But you can set up those kinds of automations. But I think the thing to do with Searchie is to upload some of your videos, get good at editing so that you can edit them quickly, because you do have to do editing of the text. It creates pretty good captions, but if you're in a space where you've got a particular vocabulary or a lexicon that you're using in your space, then you're probably going to have to teach Searchie a little bit about what you talk about, and you can add in your own words, and you can build a little lexicon inside of Searchie that, you know, it'll always, for us, it now always capitalizes Practice Accelerator membership, for example. And it, with some of our coaches, like Jerry's name is Jerry with a G. So we've got it set that it's G because Searchie defaults to Jerry with a J, for example. So there's a little bit of teaching. So I would try uploading some videos and going through the editing process to make sure that you understand how you can quickly edit the transcripts, and then start sharing them. It's really, really easy. You know, build a playlist, share that with your folks, your people, you know, build a playlist of recent Facebook Lives that you did or something, and just let people try it out. Once they start using it, it's really easy. And if you are using something like Kajabi, really consider using the searchified, that's a word, the searchified videos rather than uploading the MP4s directly into your course platform, because it's going to save you a ton of time.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you have coming up in your own business that you want to tell the audience about? Anything special?
Well, we just wrapped up a launch of the membership again, and we did, I'm sorry, my son, if you hear the clicking, it's my son who's in Alberta, and I can't turn his off because he's like he's one of my emergency contacts. So
Child, yeah, of course. I'm the same way.
He's just beeping and going on about classes and stuff. But anyway, so we just finished up the launch, and and we did a challenge for that, which was super exciting. We're going to do a challenge again in April. We're going to run one a quarter, and they're called the Busy Lawyer Boot Camps, and they're a 5-day delegation workshop. So it's 15 minutes a day for 5 days. And you, by the end of it, will have a delegation plan, and you will have offloaded work, and you will have saved yourself hours of work every week by going through one Busy Lawyer Boot Camp. So awesome. We've got that coming up.
Where can people find out about that if they're interested in learning more about that?
BusyLawyerBootCamp.com.
Say it again.
BusyLawyerBootCamp.com.
Awesome. Okay.
You can get on the waiting list for Busy Lawyer Bootcamp and learn all about delegation. Even if you're not a lawyer, it's really a delegation workshop.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah. So if you want to learn our strategy for how we delegate work and how we find remote workers and how we work with our remote team, it's all there, including an onboarding checklist and a resource list and a Trello board for managing your remote team. So there's lots in there. So we've got that coming up. That's really going to be the next big launch for our membership. Next week, I've got another virtual coffee house. So if there are any lawyers listening, I've got a virtual coffee house next week, and it's all about automating your law firm using your case management software. So I've got a really great speaker coming on. She's automated her whole law firm using Clio. So she's coming on next week. And what else?
That sounds you got your hands full, lady.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on. February, we're really pushing. We do a keynote presentation called "Working Together When You're Working Apart," and that's really for large law firms who are looking for some continuing legal education to help their whole team. So not just the senior partners, but right down to the assistants and the receptionists and all those people. Everyone's really struggling with the fact that nobody's going back to work in an office, even when this is all over. Because the law firms have seen that everyone can work at home, and they're like, we're not spending all that money on real estate. So it's all about how to make your remote team more effective. And again, totally irrelevant whether your remote team is a lawyer or not. But yeah, so that's our real push in the month of February. All of our tips are around that. We got lots coming out on social around strategies for creating effective remote teams. So yeah.
Anything in closing, anything Searchie or anything just in general in closing you want to say?
No, not really. I mean, my next big project with Searchie is to really make that basic hub that I've got going for Virtual Coffee House a little more exciting, and create a landing page for that so that people can start, so I can start using that as a lead generator again. I've tried to make it into a subscription service, and there's just so much free CLE right now, continuing legal education right now, that I can't really compete with all the free stuff. But people love my stuff when they come, so I'm like, okay, we'll just use it as a lead generator.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing all of your amazing Searchie success with us. It's really great. It's always every single session we have, somebody has something different to show us. And so everybody is learning from every session that we're doing. So thank you really
You're
so
welcome.
much for sharing everything that you have with us this morning. We're really grateful. And
Right.
everybody out there, just get started. You can do it. You can do all the stuff that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Stay with it.
It's so
And,
easy.
yep, stay with it. And thank you for tuning in. Share with us your Searchie successes, and we'll see you soon.